Hi, I'm Don Hamilton. I'm going to show you some things about music. I know a lot of people would like to sing in the choir or a church choir, or maybe you want to sing in a band. Or maybe you just want to learn to play an instrument, guitar or saxophone, whatever. Basics of music is where a lot of people fail. They get confused right off the bat. I spent a lifetime teaching people how to read music and doing it, making it simplified so they say, oh, it's not so hard after all. Music has a lot of elements. We have 7 total elements of music. We're going to start with the number 1 element of music, and that will be the beat. Beat is the most important thing in music. I started out in music as a professional, actually, when I was 14 years old. At 15, I had a 5-piece band and kept on going. And by the time I went to college, before I went to college, I couldn't read music. I had no idea, but I could play anything I heard. So I decided, well, going to college, I was forced to learn to read music, did it quickly, and now I spent all this time, these years, trying to teach people, to show people that it's not as complicated as you might think. Now let's take a look at over here. These are the elements of music that I mentioned a little while ago. We have the 7 elements. The elements in music. The beat, which is meter. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Rhythm. Number 3 is melody. Number 4 is tempo, which is speed. Then harmony. Harmony means chords, or Webster's dictionary says it's anything more than 2 or more notes that play together that sound good. I don't know about that, but anyway, that's harmony. Then timbre. Now, it looks like timbre, I know that, T-I-M-B-R-E, but it's pronounced timbre. That's French, and it means quality of sound. After that, the final one is the dynamics. Dynamics, as many of you may have already learned, it's loudness and softness. It's the volume. But we're going to talk today briefly about the number 1 and most important element of music, and that is the beat. I'm going to move over here so I can get to some of the other things that I need. Think about this. What do you know that you hear a beat, a steady beat? I think of my heartbeat. The older I get, the more important that becomes. The ticking of a grandfather clock. Maybe if you're driving down the road on the highway and you hear the tires hitting every time they have a seam, it goes click, 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 click. But they seem to all be a steady beat, and that's what we're going for. So we mentioned the heartbeat, the clock. I have an instrument over here, or a machine rather, that is called a metronome. If you can see this metronome right over here on the table, I'll turn that and set it to a speed. And that tells that if the speed on this one happens to be at 80, that means simply 80 beats in a minute. Can you hear that? That's the basis of all of it. If you have a beat, then when the notes come into play, the notes have to fit into those beats. Give you a little example here. I'm going to play the drum pad. Now what you hear over here in the metronome is simply the beat. This is going to be rhythm. I'm not going to go into it too far, but you get the idea. Dropping the sticks is an extra feature. But that happens. Anyway, you see how the beat is, it is a steady pulsation. That's important. If our heart stops beating, we're in big trouble. If the clock stops ticking, you're going to be late for work. The rhythm is what fits into that beat.